Thank you so much for staying tuned to TMI this morning on ITV. It's all about EDO 2020 matters arising. This time around we focus on the word-to-word and of course street-to-street campaigns. Yes, you've seen, or you saw rather, at the first of discussion trying to throw more light into their pattern, their method, though they went into some other aspect of the discussion. All the same, the rules and regulations of the airwaves must be adhered to. With me here in the studio is a legal practitioner. Join me to welcome Barrister Anakwe Mbanefo. Barrister, welcome to TMI Sunday's edition. Appreciate your coming.
Thank you very much.
All right. Knuckles. Yeah, knuckles. Better. No handshakers also. So very close to Barrister Anakwe Mbanefo is a vibrant youth, a political analyst, an entrepreneur. Join me to welcome Comrade Samuel Ehigato. Welcome to TMI Sunday's edition.
Thank you very much, Wilson.
All right. I believe that you followed the first discussions. Both of you, you heard them, you saw them on air, you were monitoring, you heard what they talked about, the method. Let's start off from where they stopped, saying that the method of both parties, that they are not alike. Because some people are like saying that the political parties, they have similar ways of campaigning because using the door-to-door, street-to-street method, but the first set of discussion, they're saying no, it's not true. Talk about character, talk about pedigree, talk about all manner of things that really surrounds the pattern of campaign. Samuel, I want to start off with you. What do you feel about this?
Well, Wilson, when it comes to the word-to-word campaign, door-to-door campaign, I think it is a very welcome development, and it's a new thing to the Nigerian politics, because we have been used to the aspect of jingles, big campaigns, rallies, and otherwise. But due to this COVID-19 situation that came up, I think it's like kind of teach us a new way of trying to pass the message of the party to the people in a more closer manner, in a more understanding manner, because there's nothing like when you go and meet somebody at home, you can be able to sit him, he has some arguments, he has some opinions that he must have heard from the social media or one way or the other from about the other party or about your party. But by the time you are with him one-on-one, you can be able to explain things to him, to express why your party manifests is more better than the other party manifests. Unlike when you just send out jingles, send out messages, but he might have his own opinion, but he cannot say it out. But in that moment, you'll be able to absorb what is their problem. You're able to absorb what is their complaints, so that you can be also able to pass it to the party leaders, who also pass it to the contestant, to understand this is the yearnings and the willing, the crying of the people. You understand? So I think the door-to-door campaign that we started recently has been very, very encouraging. Have been very, very good. We have not met any violence in the process. We have not met any issues with people in the process. The worst you have with people, they will tell you, I am PDP, I don't want to change. That is a different issue. But it is still for you to still try to encourage him, to make him understand why it must not just be party alone, but also to look at the person contesting and what can the person also do, or who is there, what has he been able to do to encourage him to re-vote him or not to vote him again. I think the door-to-door has done very well. So far, so good for now.
Door-to-door, it has been very, very effective. As a legal practitioner, Mbanefo Esquire, do you share his thoughts and, of course, his opinion about this door-to-door campaign? Talk about selling your ideas that is done so cool when you talk about campaign strategy.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, myself, I'm not a politician, I'm a legal practitioner, and I'm not a member of any political party. So my own opinion should be based on my observations and what I think is right or wrong. As a matter of fact, at the beginning of the campaigns here, the state government has earlier come up with a law, saying that there won't be such crowd of people campaigning in usual manner of campaigns where you have a stage and people will all be there to do this and that like that. So, and
there was an issue between the two political parties as to whether it can be obeyed or it can't be obeyed. There were issues raised at the primary stages and all that, which even went to court and all that. So I feel that in trying to do a door-to-door campaign, I'm a little bit different from it. I feel that if the government was to live up to their ways, I think the best option would have been a visual campaign.
Visual campaign?
A visual campaign where you cannot have any contact with any person and all that. But what we saw at the end of the day was a different way of campaign. How could they call it a door-to-door campaign? But I recently watched the Democratic Convention of the United States of America, where the Democratic Party did the visual campaign. The candidates will come and speak. You won't see any person, but you can be watching
it on videos on TV,
television, and whatever. And so there is no contact between the electorates and the politicians and all that. And so if we are serious, if we are really serious about controlling the pandemic, I expected that what INEC regulation would have done would have been to ensure that each of the states this election is taking place, organizes a visual campaign instead of door-to-door or word-to-word campaign as it might be. It would have been safer and better, to deal with a visual campaign.
Right, so it should be safer and of course better when we talk about visual campaign.
Yeah, but I have a problem with the visual campaign.
Yeah.
Because, I know we like to be like the developed world. We like to be like US, we like to be like UK and other places. But the problem we have to understand, like Nigeria, we don't have the electricity to be able to make sure that everybody can be able to reach, and those that to be rich, that's on one side. Secondly, if we have rural areas and urban areas. Like in Europe, you cannot hardly differentiate the urban and the rural, because the same facilities in the urbans are also in the rural area. But like in Nigeria, you have the urban, they might have the advantage to be able to watch these things through social media and otherwise. But what of the rural people who does not have lights, who does not have the social media communication, who does not have the satellite, who does not have all these opportunities? So I think we will be differentializing some certain majority from understanding the message from the different parties. That is where I have my problem with that visual. It's a very good way. It will have been very nice in terms of controlling the pandemic, but the condition of our country is still not ripe enough. So what we're trying to do, if you watch some of the door-to-door campaign we do recently, from my party aspect, they will all mask up. And wherever we get to where we go, we discuss first about the COVID-19 protections, the procedures, and all those things. After then, enlightening them on the procedure of the COVID-19, then we come up with our manifest and try to encourage why they should vote us. So if you look at that way, I think it does not spread the pandemic as much. Because if I'm protected, and who I'm dealing with is protected, because we are not much people. It's just about 5 people or 3 people going to visit a family, or visiting a few group of people. So I think it reduces that aspect. Where I have a problem with the pandemic issue is the large crowds. But if you still look at the large crowds, I watched some of the videos, you will see that many of the Nigerians, or let me say the EDO-lites, because this has to do with the EDO-lites now, are very, very sensitive of the face mask already. They are very sensitive of the protections of themselves. Because if you look, majority of them, we all fixed mask. There was face mask or using this kind of your protection glasses.
Shield, yeah.
So you see that the people already adapting to the system to protect themselves irrespective of the situation or the crowd they are involved in. So on that aspect, I still think, I don't want us to say because of the pandemic we should not do the right thing. The right thing is to make sure we are able to convince, able to tell the electorate the reason a party should be chosen, whether party A or party B.
Okay.
And at present, I still believe the best way, and which we're going to achieve success with, is in the door-to-door and word-to-word campaign.
Okay.
Not in a large crowd, but individually as we are doing it now.
All right. Now, from
Because
what
you
you
visit
said,
your John where he has his family,
Okay.
you visit this man with his family, before you know, you are able to capture the whole community together.
Okay.
Without gathering them together.
All right. Now, Barrister, for what he said he's speaking from his own angle right now that they were able to follow the rules and regulations governing the fight against COVID-19. Face masks or face shield depends on the situation. But for what you've observed in our reports, are they all compliant?
Yeah, I think you're asking a very good question. There is no compliance. And if there's compliance, it's very, very minimal. You know, as we speak right now, in the next few hours, the Nigerian Bar Association National will be holding their, national conference, and it's visual. It's visual. So all the speakers have been selected. They have prepared their speeches. They will deliver their speeches. You can watch it through your Android phone.
That is a conference. This is campaign.
It has to go to everyone. Just a few people.
It's not dealing with communicating with people.
Okay.
It's not dealing with communicating with people. You know, national conference used to be an highly ecstatic ceremony where lawyers gather from different angles, and so it used to be something else. So, but this year is going to be visual. So if we are serious about the health crisis that was brought about by the pandemic, I expect that the government, the power, should first of all consider the lives of the citizens, take it as a priority than what they intend to achieve after winning the election. And I think that every responsible government should ensure that the
life of properties,
the health sector is taken as a priority, and human lives is quite taken as a very big priority. I do not see, of course, we're Nigerians, it's not the way we behave. I have not seen an effective compliance to what my friend have just said as per the control of the COVID, and how the individuals, are they washing their hands, are they wearing face masks, and for now everything is quite, since the campaign started, you see the whole story about COVID is dying down.
Yeah.
So we don't know whether the campaign has cured the
COVID-19.
Yes, sir. Trump, my very good friend Trump said that it will disappear. I don't know if the campaign has made it disappear.
Yeah, okay. All right, now, I asked the first set of discussants about the money issue. Yes, there's this allegation leveled against both political parties, the main political parties in Edo State, that is an avenue to share money. Yes, they use the word share. That's why this door-to-door, street-to-street campaign is being carried out by these strong, formidable parties. What is your reaction to that allegation leveled against the political parties in Edo State?
Listen, I will put it like this. The Nigerian politics, there's no way you can do the Nigerian politics without money as at present. Finance plays a lot of roles because you got to do campaign, even the door-to-door you are doing, the word-to-word you are doing, logistics are involved, finance is highly needed to be able to move around because of our geographical settings. So definitely finance, first of all, must play a role. But what the allegations of the people are is not merely this campaign finance. You see that we're hearing billions from one party, one person be given to one party people, billions, That's a hell of money that can develop the infrastructure of Edo Light, that the Edo people will feed the physical impartations. If such billions, to be truthful, because they're all allegations, as you said, if they are to be true, it is very depressive, it is very shameful, but I would believe the truth that a particular party as at present is doling out the Edo Light money, woefully out and wrongfully out. Because I remember the last rally we had, which was the local government rally.
No, he didn't mention the names. So
I didn't mention.
I'm watching and listening.
Yeah, I'm
He just said
conscious of what I'm
so it's
saying.
like,
I'm just conscious of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We were having a rally in the last local government rally, and really, we had a lot of crowds. You know what happened, Mason? We were inside this crowd during the rally. one particular party sends some of their agents into our rallies to start canvassing our youth that they are sharing to 2,500 at Ring Road, that here is 500 naira, that they should come to the 2,500 naira. But they forgot the people with us are dedicated party people. We're not there because of the money that's going to be given to them, but they were there because they are dedicated to the party cause. They are dedicated to the simple agenda of our party. They are dedicated to the belief that APC is a progressive party and that it's the party that has brought progress to Edo State. And for that reason, they are emotionally and with consciously there. So they found out that their rally was empty, even with the 2,500 naira being doled out to people. And so then you should know where this issue is coming from. Are we supposed to be playing politics like that? You ask yourself. We are all citizens. Leave party out of it. You are doing your own rally. Somebody is doing it. You are sending agents to go and meet the other people, to canvass people from the other rally with higher money. That means you have more money to spend.
All right.
That is, you are trying to tell us that you have the more money to spend and the more money to waste and the more money to use to induce the people. But that will not work in this election. Many people will eat your money, but they will still do what they are conscious.
Hold on, Barrister, you're going to react to that when we'll go for this break to bring up the news update for the time, the money aspect, because for what we are hearing is like both parties, the major parties, they are involved in it, but it may just be difference in ratio. We'll come back to you on that immediately after this break. Don't go anywhere. Do stay tuned. Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's all about the impact of the door word to word, a street to street campaign in the forthcoming election. As they have a legal practitioner, Anakwe Mbanefo, and of course a very vibrant entrepreneur, a youth, comrade Samuel Ehigiato. Well, we had to go for that break. Well, we're back now. You were talking about the issue of money being shared. According to reports that money is being shared, and we're trying to see if it's true, if it's not true, or to see how we can really prevent this from happening. The first set of discussants they were saying that nothing of such happened in their political party, but little stipends for transport, and that was given. And of course, before we went to that break, you talked about some giving 500, some giving 2,005. That means these allegations are true. Is that what you're saying right now, Samuel?
The truth of the matter, listen, I said it before I started talking. I said there's no way you can take money out of Nigerian politics as at present.
Okay.
Take it or leave it. Why? Because first and foremost, we have a lot of poverty-stricken situation. The COVID-19 has added its own. And a lot of people cannot even feed themselves daily. So when you call them, at least when they're going home, they should be able to have the transport to go home, if not money to feed themselves at home.
Okay.
So there's no way you can take that out.
Okay.
Where we are having issue, that is where we wrote also, we also did human rights activists. We put in a petition against the PDP party because of the allegations we had about billions that have been doled out, millions that have been doled out to local government, millions, about $5 million to world levels, and we've seen it happening. So I think it is, it is not yet worth it.
Okay, I will come back to you. You use the term allegation. That's how I'll just let it lie. You use the term
allegations. It's allegations,
Now, responding to those allegations, how do you view it?
Yeah, I think the truth of the matter is that democracy is a copied model of government. Nigeria as a country copied that model from the United States of America. So initially, Nigeria was practicing a parliamentary system of government. Of course, like you know, some countries like United Arab Emirates and Qatar and all that are practicing monarchy. Saudi Arabia, they are practicing monarchy and all that. And Nigeria as a country, not only Nigeria, most African nations have copied this model of governance from the United States of America.
Yeah.
So my own opinion is that if we as a people must copy a model of governance or a model of government, we should copy it very, very, very well. So if you are copying a model of government, you don't copy some, you leave some. For instance, we copy it from the United States of America. Today as we speak, there is a campaign going on in the US, election will be taking place in the month of November. And what they do is that citizens of that country contribute
to it. Yes.
To the election fund.
Yeah.
Is it $1, $2, $10, $5, as the case may be? They contribute to assist the candidate, to assist the political party, to ensure that they take care of advertisements, this and all that. But in Nigeria, we copied this model, but it appears that we have abandoned this other aspect where the citizens are those that are supposed to donate to the political party. In fact, the political parties now are not those giving out money to
the citizens.
And I would like to, I may be tempted to ask the question, of course, whether it is right or whether there's any law in Nigeria that even even prohibits the parties from giving money to the electorate.
Yeah.
And if such law doesn't exist, and then we expect that there should be legislation by the National Assembly, and stopping money campaigns, a situation whereby parties will not be lobbying electorates with money to vote for this party or vote for that party. The point I want to make here is this: that any citizen of Edo State who collects money from either of the parties, either APC or PDP, is only mortgaging his future. He's only mortgaging his future. Because if you are giving money or you are bribed to join a particular party, using that word, for you to sink down very, very well. If a particular party has lobbied you or has given you a bribe to vote for them, to be in their campaign train or whatever, you took that money, and at the end of the day, you will cast your vote, and the party eventually wins. You don't have the moral justification to demand that there is no road in your place, and there's no electricity, there is no Medicare, and all that, because they have already sold their rights for a pot of porridge. And so the citizens should stand, no matter the level of poverty, we expect that citizens should stand their ground, look at the so-called party manifestos very well, assess the candidates of each of the political parties, and make the right judgment of them. And then if they want to vote, they vote for the man that can guarantee their future. I think it's an aberration for you to collect money and probably vote for a candidate, and at the end of the day, cannot guarantee your future. Yeah. And as a developing nation, for we to develop and develop very, very well, we should be able to have some discipline in us. We must instill some level of discipline in us and ensure that we understand what we need at any given time, at any point of campaigns like this. We should take time and ask questions and know which is the party and the candidate that can really provide the social amenities, the infrastructure that is needed, everything that is needed for human and capital development.
And this goes to the party you have sympathy for also. Does it?
It's you don't have to have sympathy for any particular party. You have a sympathy for a particular political party that can listen to the yearnings of the people and ensure that those people's problems are solved, like I said earlier, ensure that infrastructure are developed, ensure that you know, other aspects
empowerment and other
of
ones.
government, all that is taken care of. So you don't just cast a vote for a man with 2,000 naira and you don't think about the future of that particular party.
All right. Now, some of this allegation, and of course, counter allegations, talking about influx, of arms into Edo State. We just can't discuss this topic without delving into that. What are your opinions on this? You know, the allegation that we have folks already in Edo State, guns already in Edo State. Now, these are the allegations being leveled against political parties by political party.
Listen, when I came here last time, I think I said something very clearly, that the violence in the electoral process should be condemned by all citizens and should be condemned by all party members and by the party leaders. That is number one. But when you now talk of allegations, where are the allegations going to? Let's put the three situations that have taken place recently now that have been violent. The first one was in the front of the royal monarch, the Oba Palace. The second one was, I think, in Esako, Akmana. The third one was at Uronigbe, which my former discussant was even talking about the Uronigbe issue without knowing the full content of what happened in Uronigbe. In the Oba Palace, people were booing the governor as he was coming in. And it is their right. It is the right of every citizen to express his opinion, either through the mouth or through whichever way, as long as they were not violent. They were only shouting. They were only protesting their mind, their feelings, their opinion. It was not yet called for a situation that those that are coming with the governor convoy, as we saw.
That is in the past. Let's go to this recent allegation.
I'm just
now,
telling you the situation. I'm telling you the situation.
Yes.
You have to trace its history before you cannot make a decision who are bringing the arms into the state.
Because
I have to give you the history.
Because the PDP is accusing the APC. The APC is
Listen,
accusing the PDP. Both are accusing each other.
They shot before the palace and shot the APC members. Over 15 members of the APC were shot. Today, the governor of the state has done nothing. The chief security officer.
Samuel,
let me put it very straight.
Samuel, I would like you to go further on this for specific reasons. Right now, you are hitting at a particular party. Is saying there are days the police are still investigating that matter.
That is what I'm saying. We need to. These are the places. If such things have happened, and there is nobody have been brought to book. Listen, let's listen to ourselves and not deceive ourselves. Something happened. People are shot. Something happened. People went to shoot people. Then something happened again. People went to destroy things. And there's nobody have been brought to book. And then you are saying people are making allegations of people bringing arms. Then it is very, very disappointing for me that these same issues that was carried on air, that was videoed by every individual citizen, how this shooting and all this integrity took place. And then you are still asking me who is importing drugs and who is importing arms?
Okay.
As at this present,
all right.
I will be very disappointed because I expected the journalist to do an investigative journalism on who are doing the shooting right now in Edo politics.
Thank you, Samuel.
The APC party has not shot one single gunshot, has not taken any single actions against those people.
Thank you, Samuel.
But we have
I will come back to you, Samuel.
We have been preaching for peace.
Samuel, watch your emotions
so those
right
who are
now.
preaching for peace, you can't expect them to go and order for arms and talks.
Okay,
it is impossible.
Thank you, Samuel.
We have to be sincere with ourselves.
Thank you, Samuel. that question just
we know who are doing the wrong thing.
Brought out the emotions in you, so please calm down.
We're not even doing the wrong thing.
I'll come back to you now. Anna going Banefo, you see temper just flare as went into that accident. Please watch your emotions. So what do you think should be done about this? Because these are allegations leveled against political parties. They're accusing each other of importing these or importing arms and all that. What should we do about this?
Yeah, unfortunately, in Nigeria, the political power, how do I put this right now? The urge to get political power has turned to something else. Individuals are doing so many things to get to power, and that is not good for the country, and that is not good for the state. The truth of the matter is that if arms are being imported to the state, no matter who is importing the arms, whether it is party A or party B, it needs to be condemned. It is condemnable. It's not the best for all of us. And we can't sit down here as a member of any political party in this studio to support any particular political party or accuse any particular political party without having our facts with us. So, as far as I'm concerned, it will be very, very wrong for any party or individuals, as case may be, to start to arm the members of the party, to kill the other members of the party. All the two political parties are all citizens of this state. And no particular, it's not going to worth it for anybody to lose his life because of this election. After all, at the end of the day, if party A wins or party B wins, the candidate becomes the governor of the state, and at the end of the day, they protect their interest, their family's interest, their immediate family's interest, their friends and colleagues' interest, and you will still be in that mud house over there, and suffering. So why would you not get involved in killing people and all that? I think everything we should do is to think about how to move the state forward. As far as I'm concerned, I am not in support of anybody importing arms. And again, it will be wrong for my colleague here to say it's party B or party A, because whatever you're saying here, you must be sure that you have proof of what you're saying.
Definitely, we have proof.
Looking at the fact that the
video proofs.
I'm coming, sir. That the media houses right now are having problems with the issue of a hate speech sledgehammer by NBC and all that. So we should do everything to ensure that the enterprise is protected, and as well ensure that at the end of the day, the political parties will have a free and fair election without any hindrance or intimidation.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Our time is up. You could hear the signal. Said we should wrap it up right now. Well, you've made your points, you've made your opinions known, and of course, appreciate both of you for coming on today's edition of This Morning on ITV. You've heard them. Whatever they say here is their opinion. It has nothing to do with ITV. We make sure they follow the rules and regulations governing the airwaves. You have a wonderful Sunday. Bye for now.